Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Hope you're having a wonderful day. We've got some stuff to recover for you all and recap across the board because we officially have Rocket League stuff to talk about. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, yesterday, Shift Summer League continued, and with that, we found our top 10 teams in both NA and EU to who's going to be competing in the double elimination stage of League Play. Yes, you heard me correctly, League Play, where these teams are actually going to have scheduled matches to look forward to. Double round robin format, all that kind of stuff. If you guys haven't seen my breakdown, check that out in a previous video. But we got to talk about how they got there. In the play-in round, there was 16 teams that came from the open qualifier round. If you guys didn't tune into my stream, I was casting for Pirates on a Boat. If you guys want to see those matches, the former Moist team or current Moist team, we don't know their situation. We'll talk about that in a future video. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see those replays uploaded. But we're going to start in Europe. We had 16 teams. A bunch of those were invited, and then we had some that qualified through. These are your 16. Wild, Belagol, Fake GA, German Amigos, which is partial SA as well. Fast forward 100%, and then some other pickup teams and everything across the board. From there, we have a double elimination bracket straight up. Top 4 end up promoting through. And things I would say went in Europe as expected. High seeds were winning for the most part. The biggest upset here was Fast Forward getting swept by the 100% roster. Sadate, although many believed in, the Espertaco team, many thought was going to be the one to push through, but Sadate went perfect. They didn't drop a single game. They went 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. So a lot to talk about that team and how they performed, but Sazen, the former Vitality player, RiseFox, and I always forget how to say this person's name, but they looked pretty dang good. They looked pretty dang good, pretty convincing to not drop a single game in uppers. Down in lowers then, unfortunately, despite their early drop for Belagol, they did have some tough competition and dropped the Espertaco team. And even though they couldn't do it in the upper bracket, they did make it in the lower. So we will see more of them, which is exciting. And then that fake German Amigos team, the SA team, the team that has partially been the one to knock down K-Corp and others in the open qualifiers in RLCS, shows up yet again. Again, not the first seeds coming in like Wild and stuff, but still performed admirably. So what does that mean? How does that apply? I talked about 4 teams, and there's 2 ways we can do this. Obviously, you can always go over to the Liquipedia page, and it'll show you the 10 teams that are going to be competing. They are these 4, okay? So these 4 teams are going to be the ones that have qualified through, and then it says below as well the ones that are invited. Some teams that we still don't know about yet. Obviously, JJ Rocks was Stake and Mark by 8. We don't know their third. I'm sorry, my stuff's in the way. But we have no idea who their third is or what's going to be fulfilled. I assume another Spanish player. We'll see. Many of us thought maybe CRR was going to fulfill. It might be a Chronic, who's Portuguese instead, because he is no longer with Luna Galaxy. Luna Galaxy is playing with CRR. So we don't know what's going on there, but apparently they're combining forces and giving us a Luna Galaxy complexity combo team. We don't know. Some early iterations for roster changes potentially showing from this tournament. Also with Jobless, a team that performed admirably towards the tail end of the season, is now playing with Nas, who used to be with that M80 roster. So Oli, Ixo, and Nas instead. We'll see how that one plays out. Resolve sticking the same, and Oxygen sticking the same. So some pretty interesting results across the board on who's going to be playing with what. Endpoint continues to always be that Formers Monkeys, same iteration of Matane plus others. They brought back Arju. Toxic coming over from Top Cougars. Pretty interesting stuff. But these teams, if you guys are unaware now, next week are going to start, and they're going to play in double round robin league play. They're going to play each other twice, and then the top 6 will go into the playoffs. We covered that in a previous video. Over to North America now. In the plans, things were a little bit more chaotic. Obviously, we had some very fun iterations. The former Cloud9 roster playing with Kinsey and everybody, trying to see if they can make their mark. Snowmen coming in. NRG now playing with Kofor instead of Mist. Mist went over to the Peeps, and they played with Gyro and AJ, a favorite for a lot of people to see how that team played. Dignitas back with Evo instead of Gyro and brought in Zenil. Team Fun, the team that I was really focused on. T. Carell, who's been a former pro and has played at the high level for a while. Same with Nitrous, but has never really bumped into the main top 8. And then Talk, the young Canadian who's getting a ton of praise from JNaps. This is the player to pay attention to during the offseason. Everybody who's wondering about who's on roster watch, who's the rookie, who's going to be the kid, this one. This is Talk. Same conversation of Daniel in the past, same conversation as First Killer when he was coming in, same conversation of Beast Mode. Talk is really, really good. Okay? We'll get more into him in particular. As I told you guys, I covered the Pirates on a Boat run, which they went 3-0. Couple close series, almost got reverse swept by Dignitas in that final one, but they do end up going through open qualifiers. If you'd like to see these in full and you want me to upload those replays, I'll probably do the Americanada and the Dignitas one. The Ascend one was kind of whatever. That was like Forky and friends. But if you want these two series uploaded in full, we can put them on the channel. Just let me know in the comments. Outside of that, Dignitas looked pretty strong. Very good offensive play style, but at times definitely had some disruptive weirdness to them, I guess is the best way to describe it. TSM fell a little bit flat, in my opinion. Peeps looked decent, but I talk about that fun roster with Talk. And 3-1 over the former Cloud9, 3-2 over Snowmen, and then 3-1 over Peeps. If that is not convincing enough to tell you guys, like, yo, this team, I don't know what it is. I think they played the hardest run out of anybody in the tournament, and they didn't lose, which is crazy. So shoutouts to Fun Man. Talk had a worldy of a performance. He played so well. I would highly recommend going back and watching that Snowman series and the Peep series to watch Talk just be the difference maker. It was unreal. In the lower bracket, then, teams obviously dropped on down. Young whippersnappers. And I think the cool thing about these highlights and these matches is that, like, NA, the teams that are the like top 16, the kind of consistent ones that are going to be in the bubble, continued to perform as such. I will say, though, after TSM dropped to lowers, they did kind of fall apart, which was kind of unfortunate. And they should have beat Energy, in my opinion, but Energy and everybody else, I don't know what happened, but like Incorrect, the only reason I would say Incorrect made a tougher run than Fun is because they were in lower bracket and had to play more matches. But like, let's call it what it is. Close series. They went to 5 against Snowmen. This is Flitz. Who else is on the team? Flitz, Expert, and Wonder Mike is back. Wonder Mike, if you guys don't know, he hasn't been around for a while. He's come back and now he's with oh God, who did he used to play with? Was it United? I think it was the team back then. But like, Incorrect took down almost Snowmen. They beat the former Cloud9. They beat Americanada. They beat Energy. They beat like, that's insane. Like, the run, I talked to the owner of Incorrect and he's like, dude, I can't believe it. Like, I have no idea how we made it through. So there is some wild results that ended up going down yesterday. And the best part about it, again, is those 4 teams, Pirates on a Boat, Fun, Dignitas, and Incorrect, have a really good chance to make a name for themselves during this offseason, as they, for the next 3 weeks, are going to be playing against the big dogs. G2, Gen G, Space Station, OG, the former LG, Shopify. It's some really good competition. So I think across the board, you had a lot of fun. I think we're going to get some interesting results and a chance for some of these players to really make a name for themselves. Like, Incorrect has been that team that has barely made top 16 multiple times, and now for the first time is going to get to consistently, no matter win or loss, put up or shut up. Shopify, who ended the season really, really well. You've got 4 major teams that are competing, unlike in Europe. NA is going to be the one to watch. I'm going to see if I can broadcast all the matches for Pirates on a Boat, and if they want me to continue. If not, I'll reach out to the Fun guys or somebody else. I know Alpha Cap is going to be covering G2 Strides matches. Usually some of these RLCS guys will come through. So yeah, very interested to see how things play out. But yeah, crazy matches the day before. Super exciting to see how that stuff goes. But ultimately, if you guys do want to make sure you stay up to date, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like, turn on notifications. Also follow my socials down in the video below. And we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.